Hi, today I'm at the TAPMI campus talking to Professor Rajeev Kumra, who is now the director at TAPMI. He's had a phenomenal influence in management education and has been voted the best professor multiple times. He's won a total of 22 leadership awards as a best professor, which I think is a record in the Indian management space. So I present to you Professor Rajeev Kumra, and we are going to be discussing about TAPMI and his plans for the business school. Welcome today, sir.
Thank you very much.
So you've been here for a year. Can you please tell us the achievements and your plans for the next couple of years at TAPMI?
Yes, so as I can say that I'm very lucky that I got a chance to serve TAPMI as a director of this particular place. I had a great predecessors, and TAPMI is a legacy school because it came into existence in 1980. So that makes it one of the older schools compared to the other schools. And because of that, I am very lucky that school was already having two accreditations. One was AMBA, which is international accreditation, and the second is AACSB. In fact, this was one of the first private schools to get AACSB accreditation, much ahead of some of the even IIMs. Now the third accreditation is left, which is EQUIS. So that will make us a triple crown school. So in times to come, in a very near future, we will be going for EQUIS. That is what we are looking forward to. And we are also a school which has a strength of 600 students, and we have a faculty members of 85 in our school currently, and a great consistent placement records and a great international collaborations. So we'll keep on doing the great job, and we also plan to launch a new course this year, which is MBA AI and Data Analytics.
Okay. In my experience of having spoken to students, they say that some of the best professors, when they're teaching, sometimes they don't always become the best administrators. And you seem like an outlier in this matter. And that's why I'm bringing this up. Because somebody who's got 22 awards in teaching, I would not expect them to be leading an institution, simply because it's not easy to manage people. And there is a certain, and if you have been an ace at teaching, there's a certain joy in giving back that you sort of get from students. I would really love to hear your perspective on how have you been able to make both of these situations come true.
I think I will partially agree and partially disagree with this particular statement. Number one, if you're a good teacher, I always say that there are two components of it. One is the hardware and the second is the software. So hardware is what is the subject knowledge which you have and which you transmit into the classroom, which makes you a great teacher. But the most important part is the software, which includes how do you handle students and your interpersonal skills in the classroom and outside the classroom with the students. So that means I believe that teachers by default, a great teacher by default is good on interpersonal skills. And that is one very good transferable skill when you become administrator. So not that teachers do not have a transferable skill, they do have, number one. Number two, I think I'm lucky enough because I started my career in industry before I switched over to academia, and that has given me great mentors, and they were kind enough to guide me, and they saw me what I could not see in myself, and that's one reason. And the second reason is when I joined academia, because as you are aware that I have worked in IIM Lucknow and prior to that with IIM Indore. So I was very lucky again where my directors have chosen me for various roles in the institution. So I have almost done every role possible in administration, and like I was earlier a dean of Noida campus, which is an independent campus of Lucknow, and I was also a dean international earlier to that. And almost every position you can think of, whether it is a MBA chair or it is a placement chair or it is a LM chair, I have been doing all those positions. So that gave me a confidence that I can lead a particular school in a great confident way.
Fantastic. So here you are at a very interesting crossroad for TAPMI, where it is being integrated with the larger mother university, the larger group, which is the MAHE group. So I would really love to learn how, tell us the story behind this and how this benefits TAPMI, and how do you see this helping TAPMI grow in the future?
Yeah, so as you are aware that TAPMI used to be a standalone institution for many years altogether. So we started our journey in 1980, and till 4 years back we were a standalone institution, and we did fairly well in this particular space. We have made our name. And MAHE, which happens to be a Manipal group. So as you will be aware that Manipal group is a very diversified group. They have interest in various sectors, which include your hospitals, universities, pharmacies, insurance, and various other investments which the group is doing. So when MAHE or Manipal University is already having a very strong brands under it, which is like KMC, which is a medical school, they have dental college, they have MIT, which is engineering school, they have Waksha, which is a hotel administration. In total, they have 29 colleges under them. What they were lacking was management school. And this being belonging to the same group, it was a natural marriage for us. And we were more than welcoming, and we were more than happy, and we were actually blessed that MAHE thought of merging us with them, and that has given us a lot of strength. So I think that's how it started. We got merged. We wanted to actually leverage on each other's strength, and that has given us a great head start.
From a student's perspective, how will their life be far more enriched because of this merger?
So from a student perspective, I think if you look at Manipal University as such, or TAPMI in particular, it is situated in one of the best places because it is in Western Ghats. So if you go half hour this side, you will find mountains, and if you go half hour this side, you will find beaches. And plus it is a lush green, it's facing valley. So as far as the scenic beauty of this place is concerned, it is same whether it is MAHE or TAPMI. Having said this, but there are a lot of advantages of after having merged with MAHE from the student perspective. If I say, they are a part of a larger ecosystem, so they are getting benefited on multiple accounts. To start with, first is infrastructure. They are getting benefited because of the vast infrastructure which MAHE brings to us or opens to us, which include not only our library but also central library, which also includes not only the sports facility which we have at our campus, but also central sports facility. Just to illustrate, for example, we have something called as Marina. Marina happens to be a international level sports facility. It is having a build-up capacity of 1,50,000 square feet, and you name the sports we have there. It is actually state-of-the-art sports facility. So our students now get exposed to that, or is having exposure to all the sporting facilities, plus various competitions which happen, whether it is cultural, extracurricular, co-curricular, or sports, are possible within intra university and with the other schools. Because of those things, they are not only learning management, but there is a cross learning which happens between them and the other schools, which are also very strong brands, as I have just said. This is at the student level, and they also get access to various canteens and various food facilities of these 29 colleges. So it actually opens up a huge landscape for them. At the institute level, other than infrastructure, we are also benefiting in multiple ways. We are drawing on the strength of university. For an example, university has an international collaboration of 250 universities. And at TAPMI, we are not only writing our own contracts or our own MOUs with various international universities, but also trying to leverage the strength of the TAPMI, of the MAHE. Plus, at the financial point of view, we get a lot of advantages of that. Plus, there is a huge structured ecosystem and a learning which is there at MAHE level, whether it is marketing, budgets, whether it is PR, whether it is rankings, whether it is quality cells, everything is already streamlined, and our job at our level actually reduces a lot, and this helps us in a very big way.
So most of the global universities, like Harvard, etc., so they have this significant amount of cross-pollination that happens from the university. How do you expect something happening in this space?
That's very interesting. In fact, when I switched over from IIM Lucknow, this was the very first thing which came to my mind, that I have worked in a great institution, which is IIM Lucknow, which is a great institution when it comes to management education. But the biggest advantage of switching over to TAPMI is that it is interdisciplinary, because it is it is actually situated within MAHE and Manipal, and it has got merged with it. So there are a lot of possibilities. Actually, it opens up the whole sea of possibilities to collaborate. To put it more concrete way, we have just now done an inter-collaboration with another institute of MAHE, which is MSIS, and we are launching, that's an information system school, which is a very strong school. We are launching MBA AIDS. So this is a joint program. This is not our standalone institute program. It's a joint program which we are doing. Secondly, we have just now concluded an international level conference with hotel administration in service management area, because this is a common area for us. Not only this, our faculties is getting benefited because we are doing a cross-disciplinary researches. We have done 3 series of such research days at our place, and we are getting benefited because of that. And as I said, that there's a lot of resources which we are anyways using of university to get the benefit. So that's how what is happening is that at the school level, at the program level, and at the delivery level, we are getting advantages, because we get faculties from the other schools to teach, and our faculties also go to the other schools to teach. So almost at every level which you can think of in academia, we are getting benefited because of this cross-discipline.
So what is very interesting is that looks like the student is going to receive a lot more than they used to, and we are also going to see far more well-rounded students. In your experience over the last couple of years, with respect to these students going out in the market and sort of in the placements, how are these students being received? One, and how is TAPMI's placements looking for the last couple of years?
Yes, that's a very interesting question, because I think placement is one such asset test which actually checks how good is your quality, which is validated by the third party external. In this case, it happens to be industry, and industry is a very strong partners for us. Since long way back, TAPMI has been blessed. We have a great academic culture here. Because of our academic rigor, we have seen that our students are getting 100% placements. And this is year after year, and we are very happy to share with you. Not only this, that we have also seen that the money which they are getting, or the median salaries, is rising over the years. For example, the last year we have concluded at 13.55 lakh as a salary, and in some cohorts it was 14.5 as a median salaries, and highest going as high as 32 lakhs at an average, because we have different programs, so it is slightly varying between the programs. So and we have seen rise every year, consistent rise is happening in the salaries. So this is one of the testimony that we are doing great in academics as far as academics are concerned, and we have 100% placement, and the similar placements we have seen for summers, internships, and we have various case competitions, which, so we have a very strong relationship with the industry.
So with your new set of initiatives, is industry looking at you and asking you for something else or more as they look at your students, as they look at their needs?
See, as I said, industry is always looking at something which is our students contemporary taught. Are students ready for the job on the day one? Are they skill ready? So most of the schools, what they lack, or I will say in the other way, that what TAPMI has an advantage is this, that we focus on the skill part of it, how to do part rather than what to do part. So one is the definition of certain concepts, the other is that how it is actually applied. So if you look at our whole academic curriculum, or the focus of our teaching is majorly focused on how to teach, how to do the thing rather than what it is. So that makes us a skill ready, and we have various functions and programs which we have created around it, and throughout the year we keep on doing those kind of events where we train our students to be industry ready. It can be as tactical as preparing for an interviews, how to prepare your resumes, how to present yourself for the interviews. We also have mentors who from the alums which are coming and discussing with them and helping them to understand about the background of the company and the roles, definitions, etc., etc. So this is a tactical at the tactical level. At the broader level, we encourage them to get into case competitions. We encourage them to talk and take up more internships with the companies and do more practical hands-on work. For example, we have brand scan, just an illustration in marketing, wherein our students are going and fetching live projects and they execute those live projects and do it in a Mela fashion and collect data and then represent and present back the report to the company. So that has been very well received. So these are some of the ways in which we try and train our students to become industry ready.
And I like the fact that Manipal is situated in a place where it seems like it's surrounded by a lot of greenery, but I've also realized that other than studying, there's not much to do. And I see a positive in that, but I also see this beautiful town setup where there seems to be a culture of students just spending a lot of time working on projects, working on things that are of interest to them. And now TAPMI is opening up their infrastructure and merging with Manipal. So we are sort of looking at maybe almost 10 times the infrastructural facilities than was previously available. So in your view, when a student is coming to TAPMI, what is so, I can already see so many differentiators. According to you, what else are the things that sets, a TAPMI apart from others?
See, very beautifully you have put, but I would like to correct you, it is not 10 times, it is 30x, because we have 30 schools here. So it becomes 30x. So we are going from 1x to 30x. And yes, if you are a student, it depends on what you want from your life. If here, as you have rightly said, it's a very peaceful place to learn because there is no distractions and it is way peaceful here. So if your objective is learning, this is the right place. But if you have other interest, for example, if you are spiritual, I always say go to Udupi. But if you are wanting to have some life, come to Manipal, because Manipal is a very first of its own unique kind of a township. It's actually university township. You must have seen abroad that there is various types of townships, but then they are usually surrounded. But this is a porous kind of a township where town and university both are merging together.
Right.
So that gives us a great advantage. But if you are a student who want to go for trekking, there are tracks here because there are mountains. If you are a student who is loving nature, then there is so many species of endangered birds which you can have a look at here. If you are a guy who is loving the beaches, then we have a beaches here. If you are a guy who loves biking or cycling, so then this is the right place. So it depends on what actually you want to have in your life. This is a place which can offer you everything.
And that's very fascinating because on our, we're planning to head back tonight, and we were said that, before you go, you should spend some time at the beach. I've not had that kind of an offer other than, when you sort of go to Goa instead of management.
In fact, I find that these beaches are more serene, more peaceful and less crowded, not marketed so well possibly. And because of that, the advantage is that they are very less crowded, they are very clean beaches. And in fact, very interestingly, you will be very surprised to know we have one event which we do on a beach, which we call as a quiz on the beach, and in which the quiz master comes, and this is actually a national level event. So very celebrated and a great event which we do, and where the quiz happens actually on the beach, which is a Malpe beach. The final happens there.
Okay. So when it comes to a business school, there is the infrastructure. There is proof of the pudding in terms of placement, but what really also matters significantly is the quality of faculty who are running the said institution. So I really want to hear from you about what are the things that you are looking to do to, one, first tell us more about the faculty, and second, what are the sort of things that you're putting into place to make sure that the academic rigor and the best faculty are being attracted to TAPMI.
Great. I think this is a fantastic question, and I will love to answer this. As I said, I am very lucky that I got a chance to serve at TAPMI, which is a old institution. So we had already a great professors who are very long loyal to us, and they have been serving the school for very long, and they are known for their teaching. So when I joined, the teaching was already in the place, and we had a great academic rigor, thanks to my predecessors and thanks to the senior faculty members which we have. But as you will be knowing that faculty is supposed to not only teach but also do research. So then what we did is that when I came up, we have ramped up the capacity of the school as far as teaching is as far as the faculty is concerned. We have moved from 59 faculties to 85 faculties now. And we have hired all the latest faculty or the recent joining faculties from IIMs. So we have faculties from IIM Bangalore, Lucknow, Indore, Ranchi, Kozhikode, and XLRI. So we have got the faculty, and MDI of course. We have got the faculties from top schools. So now we have a proper mix of a faculty which is very focused on teaching and also on research. And we have a mentor-mentee program wherein the senior faculties are guiding the junior faculties in teaching so that the academic rigor is maintained, A. Plus we have outstanding incentive systems for the faculty and great salary structures and other benefits. Because of that, we are able to attract the best talent in the industry. And because of this, as I said, our placement is a testimony of it.
So very interestingly, research output also, I'm assuming now is since you've just recently hired, how do you think about the research output of these faculties over the next couple of years?
What I foresee is that the research output of these faculty is going to increase tremendously. At the school, we have not only a great incentives for the researchers, but also we encourage a very practical oriented researchers. As in, we encourage our faculties to write case studies. We encourage our faculties to write for top category journals, which is FT, A stars, A, etc., etc. And the research active faculties, specifically if I talk about, they are given very less load compared to the others. We call that as a research track faculties. So they are put on the research tracks. So I'm more than sure that with the change in the policy systems and a new hiring which we have done, our research is going to be a top notch.
Okay. You mentioned briefly about this new program that you're launching, which is in sync with the MAHE, which is the MBA in AI and DS. Can you tell us a little bit more about how did you conceptualize the program and the challenges of bringing the best of the Manipal university system and TAPMI together?
It was pretty straightforward and easy. Thanks to our recruiters, we were getting a constant demand from the recruiters that they want to have a cutting edge course on AI and data analytics because this is a need of the industry and there was hardly any much schools and courses around it. So we thought of conceptualizing MBA AIDS and we were anyways in the right position and the right place at the right time because we have merged with MAHE and we have a strong school. So we thought that if two schools can come together, that particular school will, which is MSIS, which is our partner in this, will co-design and deliver the technical component of it and will deliver the management component of it. So we sat together along with the industry body and we all three, and we also called our alums, so we all four bodies sat together and co-designed this particular course. When we co-designed, we thought that we need to create a differentiator here. So the differentiator which we are trying to create here is, one is that we will prefer to have students with some experience, maybe 1 or 2 years of experience when they come in this particular course. Plus the course design itself is very different other than the way we are going to deliver it. Just to make it more clearer, in the last term, for the whole 6 months, the student will be undergoing an internship, unlike the other programs where the internships are only limited to 2 months. In this, they will be undergoing for 6 months of internship. So that will make them more industry ready. So henceforth, what I believe is this, that will be a very unique kind of a course which will be launching, and we have only starting with a very small 30 cohort size. And I'm sure that industry is going to receive it very well because it is apt at the perfect timing which we are launching.
Okay. So you mentioned that this is going to have a 6-month internship kind of a system. I mean, do you see a lot more programs launched in a similar fashion where there is higher industry interaction, where students are learning and then able to put it into practice as they step out to the real world?
Yes, some programs will be heading towards that in times to come. Specifically, when you look at industries, their constant demand is that is our students industry ready? And that, so there are various ways of doing it. One is of course internship. But at the same time, the regulators, for example, AICTE and UGC, they have stipulated number of hours which you need to complete. So because we were two schools and we were working together, so we were able to fit in the number of required hours in those 3 terms and then make another term in the rest of the terms and make this particular term free. So yes, I think in times to come and way forward will be to have more number of internships, because internships also gives a student not only an exposure to the industry, but also the other way around, where industry is able to see whether a student is good or not, and henceforth they are able to groom them and also offer them PPO, what we call as. So which is a win-win for both sides.
So are there any other programs that you're planning to launch alongside these? As
of now, no. Yes, we are trying to make our internationalization efforts for sure. What we were doing earlier was we were taking the whole MBA cohort, which is a core MBA core, which we call as 360 students, to international immersion, which was to Dubai. But we realized that we need to do it in a more deepened way and in a more broader way. So what we did was that we have started now collaborating with various universities, as I was telling you. We have written MOUs with more than 13 universities, and we are planning to send them to various schools for exchange for whole term, rather than sending for only few weeks. Now we are planning to send them for whole term, wherein it will be as an elective where they will earn the credits and which will reflect on their mark sheets.
Nice.
So that is a change which we are trying to bring, so that the students are having not only international exposure but also cross-cultural learning.
Okay. So when the world is sort of looking at a lot of cross-cultural learning. We are talking about schools becoming more international. Other than exchange programs, are there any other kinds of tie-ups that you're now looking at to enhance this?
Yes, we are, and there is one way in which we are doing is that we have started hiring international faculty. This year we have 4 international faculties which are in our campus. And they are just not coming to teach as a visiting faculty. They are here as adjunct faculty. They stay within the campus and deliver it for whole 1 term. And we are taking care of their flights, and they are on our payrolls. So we are taking international faculties into play. We are also doing a lot of international grants. We are writing international grants and also international conferences, other than the collaborations which we have anyways in the place.
With respect to the kind of students who are applying to TAPMI, in your experience, what do you think would be a great fit for a place like TAPMI?
Great fit we are looking for diversity. So we value a profile quite a lot. If your profile of a student is suitable enough, which is good for us to bring diversity inside the classroom, which will be dependent on how much experience he carries, which particular background he comes from, what he has learned in his life, more than academia, also matters a lot to us. So yes, CAT score we do respect, but at the same time we also look for profile. So a candidate with a good profile and a decent CAT score is most welcome in this particular school.
Since you're working with your alums also closely to design programs, have you considered using alums as a part of the admissions process?
Yes, alums are not only part of the admission process. I always say alums is the backbone of this school. So they are literally involved in every damn thing. Let me explain you. For example, alums are helping us designing the course. So at the program level, they are part of the advisory board of all the programs. Every alum is sitting in one of the advisory boards. Every alum we are picking up, and we are requesting alums to help us design the courses which are contemporary in nature and industry ready. Alums are also coming to admissions, because now this year we are going offline, unlike last years. We are going offline, and they will be present in every interviews of our across all the cities. So they are going to be part of it. Alums are also helping what we have something called as Disha, wherein we are training the students to get industry ready. So we invite alums, they help us execute that as well. I need not tell you that because we are old schools, our alums are in top positions, and that's why they do come for campus recruitment. That is given, I mean, that is for sure.
But this is one of the few times I've actually heard alums being invited to interviews. So I would really love to know how you were able to make that system work consistent.
It is very easy. What we do is that we do our alum meet and our interviews on the
I
same
see.
day.
I see.
So we club this together, and we invite our alums not only for the alum meet, but we also request them to be part of a panel. And they are the best suited because they have lived in the institute, they know the culture, and they know what kind of industry requirements are. So they are the best suited to select the students. So we are more than welcoming them on the board.
So as my final question, I wanted to ask you if there are, what are the top 2 or 3 areas that you're focusing on that will deliver the most value to TAPMI students over the next couple of years?
Yeah, so the first thing first, I think we are trying to focus this year, even in fact at the university level also, we have called this year as a corporate relation year. So we'll be focusing on our placements this year. We have been lucky, as I said, we are getting 100% placement, but we are trying to see that how do we increase a quantum jump in our salaries. This is going to be first focus. The second is to work with alums, because we have alums who are CEOs and top positions being an old institution. So we want to solidify our relationship with them. This is going to be the focus of this particular year. The third thing which we are trying to do is to have an internationalization, because as I said, we want to be ubiquitous and we want to have more partners with us. Last but not the least, the fourth thing which we want to is to focus on the rankings and take the school to the next level.
All right, sir. Thank you so very much for patiently answering all of our questions. It was a pleasure talking to you, and you've been extremely succinct, and it was an amazing interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was lovely meeting you, and thanks for coming, and see you soon.
Thank you.